Please remain standing until the colors have left the field.
People's Bank, our vision is to be the best community bank in America. We pride ourselves in being a community bank that builds relationships with our clients and offers cutting-edge financial products. For 120 years, People's Bank has focused on helping clients achieve their financial goals. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cold drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure you try our Chester's Fried Chicken. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
Just up the road in Erlanger, Kentucky's own playing card company produces 4 billion decks of cards a year. We know because we're Kentucky's insurance company, insuring all sorts of property damage involving your auto and home, but not your house of cards. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Give them a call today at 606-666-5519 or 606-666-5500.
Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Good evening, folks, from the Riverbank here in Jackson, Kentucky at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex tonight. The Breathitt Bobcats, the hometown favorite, will be hosting the Morgan County Cougars as they come to town for the first round of the KHSAA playoffs here tonight. We got about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes ticking off until game time. Eric Collins, what do you think about tonight's contest, seeing as how I know you're a Bobcat, but you live and work in Morgan, so I got to ask you that question. What's the word for Morgan County?
Well, the word in Morgan County is they would really, 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 really like to beat the Bobcats tonight. I'm not sure that they have the firepower because Breathitt really kind of took care of them last time they met. But if I can, I'd like to do a couple of shout-outs. I teach at the middle school, teach with a couple of mothers who have sons out here tonight, Miss Wanda Sexton and Miss Jenny Nickel. I hope they both enjoy the game. I hope their sons have a good game. But I think the Bobcats are probably going to take care of business here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Bobcats are primed and ready. I only got to spend a night with them this week during practice, but I tell you what, very impressed with what I'm hearing from the other coaches. The day that I was here and got to see them during practice, very impressed with their attitude, their focus. And it's a special night here on the Riverbank, not only first round of the playoffs, but tonight is a special night as we are recognizing our survivors and some of those that have passed on from the dreaded disease of cancer. Tonight is Cats versus Cancer on the Riverbank. There's a number of specialties going on tonight. They've got a balloon arch down by the concession stand that you can sign and nominate, recognize a family member if someone would like to. We've had some great recognition given here behind us by Wallace Bates to Miss Debbie Holcomb, who we know is a survivor of breast cancer. And if we think about Debbie tonight, as she's been a mother and a mother figure to so many here with this program. And a special thanks and a love to her tonight. And we just want to take a moment to recognize those. And it's kind of neat to look out here. The Bobcats wearing pink socks, some pink undershirts for cancer awareness. Just a great night here, great stands. It's going to be a cold night, Eric, but we still got, I'd say, maybe not as many as we've had in the weeks prior, but probably 3/4 full here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex.
Yeah, we've still got a good crowd. We'd love to see some more fans out here, especially in the playoffs. And really, if we're able to take care of business tonight, hate to look ahead, but if we do take care of business tonight, have to make the long road, take the long road down to Middlesboro. I'd love to see the Bobcats treble well next week. But we got business to take care of here tonight on the Riverbank, Rob.
We sure do. We got business here tonight. This Morgan County team is healthy. I told you when we played this team the first time that I like their style of offense and their running game. Downhill running backs coming at you from this Cougar offense, and you really got to like that. It's old school football. They're going to get after it. Morgan County lost a tight ball game to McGoffin just recently. I think they lost by 2 points. Pretty good dogfight between those two, and a well-coached game and a well-played game. Cougars came out on the losing end of that one, but I tell you what, they're ready to get after it here tonight. We got about a minute before kickoff.
Yeah, they're not afraid of these Bobcats. They're ready to play. I mean, they're a good-looking ball club in pads. They got some size. They're physical, like you said, downhill running. I think the Bobcats just outgunned them last game, but we'll see if the Cougars have any tricks up their sleeve tonight for Breathitt County.
Well, I give a shout-out to Bradley Charles, former co-anchor color play-by-play guy here with BSN, as I used to always give the BSN forecast, and he'd laugh at me. Bradley, tonight it's cold and clear, it's hoodie, and it's hand warmer weather here tonight at the Riverbank. Everybody dressed up warm, looks like a December game, Eric.
It sure does. I tell you what, I've got several layers on here tonight.
The Cougars are set to receive, and the Bobcats will be kicking off. Mr. Braxton Terry with the ball on the tee, ready to kick. Big special thanks to our title sponsors here tonight, People's Bank of Jackson and Go Time. Title sponsors for tonight's game with the Cats versus Cancer awareness game here at the Riverbank. First round of the KHSAA playoffs. Bobcats and the Cougars about to kick this one off here from Jackson, Kentucky. Waiting on the clocks to get set, waiting on a whistle from the referee. Bobcats look antsy. You got to lock that body language. Look like they're ready to get after it tonight.
Yeah, want to see that energy. Want to see them come out with some confidence and play with some aggression starting this game. Braxton
Terry makes sure they're set. Good kick, going to be fielded at about the 34-yard line. And that's going to be a go time. First down for the Cougars of Morgan County. I think the ball was received by Adam Cantrell, number 3. I believe I'm correct. He's a junior on this club. Got to give a shout out to Ty Back, who brought the buddy heater with him tonight. That's why you're sitting on the end, Eric, and I'm closer to Ty.
I've got more insulation than you do anyway.
I'll tell you what, appreciate everybody on this BSN crew. We do a great job, folks. Try to get these student athletes' names out to you. Cougars set to go on offense. First series. Good snap, pitch out to number 22, and he's going to be brought down quickly behind the line of scrimmage. Quarterback looks like Brad Nickel, I believe I'm correct on that one. And that was Drew Linden, senior on the Cougar offense with the carry.
Looks like he's limping off the field. You hate to see that. It's the first play of the ball game.
He gets off under his own weight, but it doesn't look hopeful. He's maybe holding an ankle or a knee there, a lower leg injury of some kind.
That pitch was well played by the quarterback. Held on to it for the last second, but the Bobcat defense just read that really well, reacted.
It really was. You bring out a good point. You got to respect a quarterback that can play the option and read that man that's coming after him to decide whether he's going to keep it or make the pitch. And that time he did a great job. This time he rolls out, pitches again. Out opposite side, he finds the sideline, and he's going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage by Isaac Wheels Turner, Wes Abner, and Bryce Hoskins all in there. I believe that was Riley Standifer, I believe was the correct number on that one.
I like what I've seen out of this Bobcat defense. I know it's only 2 plays, but they're playing with energy, aggression. They've hustled to the ball, gang tackled. You hope they carry that out throughout the whole game.
Well, you know what, when you lose the toss, so to speak, and you got to come out on defense first, you really want to set the tone early. So far, the Bobcats doing a great job of that. 3rd and 10 here for the Cougars from about the 34-yard line. So pretty much at the same line of scrimmage we've had. They had a negative play and then picked those yards back up. And we got an early timeout by the Cougars. So that's kind of a shock to me to call a timeout this early, but obviously Coach didn't like what he seen and wanted to take a quick timeout and talk things over.
Yeah, that's like I said, a very early timeout. You hate to use them this early in the game, but in a game like this, every possession is going to be important. So he might have something he wants to dial up for this, but you got to think that this is not the position that Morgan County wants to find themselves in, is 3rd and long against this Bobcat defense.
Coach Mark Easterling may have just wanted to take a quick moment and say, hey, guys, come on now. We worked on these plays specifically, and we're not executing. Let's get things going. Got to get the offense going early, especially for this Cougar bunch. You want to see them come out on a positive note. I'm trying to be unbiased, sitting beside a guy here that's a lot bigger than me, teaches over there. I know he's got some kids on this team that he sees over there in Morgan County. Families that he works with, and we wish them the best. Always a Bobcat fan, but Morgan County, we've always had a good reputation with. Pass across the middle, almost picked off by Isaac Wheels Turner. Ball intended for Standifer. Pass from Nickel Falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10. It's a special situation, Eric, that you're here, a Bobcat alumni and a standout lineman for many years on the Bobcat offense and defensive line, and here you are working in Morgan County, probably with some families for some kids on this team. It puts you in a special situation.
Yeah, it's a unique situation. I'm trying not to be too big a homer tonight. I love the Bobcats, but there's some good people over there and some tough kids, and you want to see them have some success.
It really is. We've had a good reputation with Morgan County over the years. We've always played them a lot in youth football, middle school football, and they've got some good athletes. Punt that time. Tries to, almost flips the field. Ball falls at about the 36. I think they're going to, spot it at the 37-yard line. So pretty good job by the punter to flip the field. Bobcat offense comes out getting set for their first drive. I was looking out there to see if Mr. Evan Miller was going to be starting, and he is. Evan nursing a little injury tonight, but wish the best for the big guy at center. That offensive line gets in their positions now. Play called by Turner. Turner calls for the snap. Give up inside to Gibson. Gibson fights for yards, still carrying a couple of Cougars. Gain of about 8 or 9 on the play. Good run by Gibson. Right up inside. Couldn't tell from here. Not off tackle. Right in between that guard tackle location. Good hole opened up for Gibson, and he did a great job.
I'll tell you what, you brought up Evan Miller. He had a good snap right there and got a good push off the offensive line to get the hole opened up.
I tell you what, you give props to Ethan Gibson last week, 148 yards rushing. He's not getting that if he don't have the push from the line, and that was a very good Knox Central defensive line that they faced.
Yes,
Single back now is Gibson to Turner's left. Fake. Quick screen pass over to Hoskins. Hoskins takes a Cougar, maybe 2 Cougars, with him across the sticks, and that'll move the chains, and that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success.
That was all Bryce Hoskins right there. He did a great job. Man was on him. I mean, the defender read and reacted excellent, but he just got the ball and wasn't going to be denied and picked up that first down.
So many times in that situation, the receiver mishandles the ball on a quick throw, but that time Bryce made a good catch, got upfield, goes right back to him to Hoskins. Hoskins with a stiff arm, rolls back up to the sticks. Let's see where they're going to mark it at. Yes, sir, that's another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. Bryce Hoskins, Turner goes right back to him with a short throw across the middle. Hoskins that time makes a catch and a stiff arm and takes a couple of Cougars across the marker with him.
You talked about energy early, Rob. It looks like the Bobcats got some, especially Bryce tonight. He's 2 good plays by the big man.
Well, he made a catch, and I tell you what, just for some reason my eyes went to him on that reception right then, and he came off the line of scrimmage calling for the ball. He wanted it. He was open. Turner now gets the snap, sits back. All kinds of time thanks to the line. Finally flushed out of the pocket, calls down the field, throws one for the end zone. Caught by Wheels Turner. Is he inbounds? They're going to wave him out and say he was out of bounds. Wheels comes and marks, points at the grass to say I was in, but
caught it out of bounds.
No, says the referee.
Second down and 10.
Nice catch by Wheels as he slid out of bounds. 8:15 to go here in the first. Bobcat offense looking to score. Great throw by Turner. Plenty of time from the line. When he finally got flushed out of the pocket, he found Wheels streaking across the field. Isaac Turner with a great catch, but he's out of bounds.
That's a tough throw to make down the field that far across your body. It's still a good throw by Turner, but that's a tough one to make.
Trips right, 3 receivers right in front of us. Quick fake to Gibson. Now a pass to Isaac Wheels Turner as he gets a block from Hoskins. Rambles up the sideline, makes a man miss, and finally brought down at about the 19-yard line, about a 25, 26-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, Rob,
I like that.
I like what I'm seeing. I like the play calling.
I do too.
I like the execution out of the Bobcats. I like the way they're blocking down the field for each other right now.
I like the play call that time. Isaac catches that one out of bounds, and Coach Moore and Jalen Turner go right back to him and gave him a little screen pass. Great block from Bryce Hoskins. Turner able to get upfield. Bobcats with a People's Bank of Jackson. First down. Ball on about the 19-yard line. Turner waiting on the snap. Sits back, looks to throw across the field. Now rushed out of the pocket, looks to the left, throws across the middle. And I believe that's Abner.
For Turner, is it complete? That's
or was
bring up second down and
that Wheels? Is it 22?
Yeah, I think so.
That was Isaac Wheels Turner. I thought I saw 82, which would have been Wes Abner, but that's Isaac Wheels Turner. Unable to hold on to that one.
Another tough throw on the run by Turner.
It was.
I think he just had just a little too much heat on that.
Jalen was looking across the field and found Isaac right in the middle, and nice pass, a quick one. Had a little mustard on it, as they used to say in baseball. 2 receivers each side now for the Bobcats. Gibson single back beside Turner in his gun. Quick throw to Sperry. Sperry gets a block. And he's out of bounds.
He's going to be out of bounds. We're looking for the spot.
Maybe a pickup of about
roughly the 14. So
pickup of about 5 or 6 yards that time by Austin Sperry. Good to have Austin back tonight.
Yeah, you like having an athlete like that on the field. Got to say that was well played by the Cougar defense right there. Anybody that's watched much of the Bobcat offense has got to know we like the screen passes, so you got to expect a few of them in the ball game. 2
receivers stacked now, one behind the other on each side of the field. Gibson, single back set, Turner in the shotgun, waits on the snap. Fake to Gibson, Turner, design, makes one man miss and finds the end zone. There goes the cannon, and that's a go-time scoring drive for the Bobcats as nice little fake to Gibson. Turner looked upfield, tucked the ball, made one Cougar miss, and finds the end zone with 7:35 to go here in the first quarter.
You miss like that, you kind of walk around with your head down for a minute, hope nobody saw it. Jalen Turner, he's a good ball runner. He runs your strength, and you can see right there, he's shifty, Rob. You like getting the ball in his hands.
He's the guy you want a quarterback if you're any coach. Braxton Terry now on for the extra point. Ritchie to hold, the kick is up and just off to the left. Ball looked a little bit rough when it got back to the hold. Didn't really get it set good, I don't believe. But anyway, kick by Terry, no good, 6-0. 7:35 here to go in the first. I'm trying to keep up with a few stats tonight, Eric. I'll try to jot down a few things. Thanks, folks, for tuning us in and turning on the computers to watch us on YouTube and Facebook here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Rob Houndshell and Eric Collins will do our best to give you the unbiased play of tonight's game. Hometown favorite Bobcats hosting the Cougars here in the first round of the KHSAA playoffs. And I'll try to keep up with a few comments when I can on Facebook. Got quite a few people watching here tonight. Just say a special hello to everybody, and I want to say a special hello to Miss Shirley Houndshell, who, by way of Elizabeth Miller, sent us some wonderful gingerbread up here, Eric.
Yeah, a very special hello to Shirley Houndshell, huh?
Did you eat a piece?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, those 3 pieces are mine. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you sure about that?
I'm just kidding. Kickoff by the Bobcats. Picked up about the 20 by the Cougars. Makes a man miss, and he's met by about 3 more boys in blue. Good pickup of about 8 or 9 yards that time after the reception. Trying to see the number on the jersey.
One thing I liked what I saw right there on the kickoff is good coverage.
I believe that was Adam Cantrell, I believe.
Like how the Bobcats stayed in their lane going down the field. Gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown last week. I'm sure that was something that was discussed during film this week.
It was. It's not going to happen anymore. Defense for the Bobcats getting set. Cougars come out on offense. Give by Nickel up inside and met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe pick up
roughly about 4 yards.
Yeah, maybe pick up at 3-4 yards. They're going to say 4. He was met at the line of scrimmage and able to pick up a few more yards after the initial tackle. Couldn't see who was in on the tackle, but pretty decent defense that time by the Bobcats. Tough running game like that with a blocker in front of the running back. You're going to it's hard to not pick up 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you get any kind of push up front.
You got a good lead block. Morgan County's line has some narrow splits. I've noticed that. They like to narrow it down inside and keep that inside protection. Here's the pitch by Nickel. Nice run out to about the 35-yard line, and that is number 35.
That's going to be a gain of roughly
Jordan Sexton. I believe I'm correct on that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Great run that time.
It was downhill running right there by Sexton.
Little pitch, option out to the left, and nice little pickup by the Cougars now. 3rd and about 4 yards for the Cougars. 6:18 to go here in the first. Bobcats with a 6-0 lead.
This is the kind of 3rd down that they're looking to find themselves in, not the 3rd and long they had last time.
Nickel quick snap up inside to, I believe that's the same running back. Yep. Give to Sexton up inside. Pickup of about 2 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 2 for the Cougars. And like we talked about, it's a downhill running game for this bunch, and they're going to run it right at you. Yeah. Don't make any bones about it. We got a big line. They do have some big guys up front. They do. We'll see how physical they get with this Bobcat defense that we're so proud of. Hudson, Colton Harold, and Bryce Hoskins up front for the Bobcats. Cougars now. Nickel give again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Sexton again, and he's brought down.
He looks like he's going to be short.
That was close. I just don't think they got the push up front that time, Rob.
Let's see where they spot the ball. That's what I was waiting to see. Kind of hard for me to tell who is who on the referee crew tonight. I think I know a couple guys out there, but I'm not positive. A lot of them are dressed up warm tonight too. I think they're going to call for a mark, I believe. Let's see. The buddy heater's working. If you need any warmth, just put your hand on the table.
All right.
Turned it down one burner. Got to love an executive producer that brings the heater with him. Takes care of us.
Absolutely.
Well, that's going to be People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats as the Cougars turn it over on downs. Close mark that time, Eric. I really thought that the Cougars may pick that one up, but didn't get across the line of scrimmage. Bobcat offense back on the field. Two receivers here closest to us. Trying to see, I think that's Sperry, opposite field of us in front of the Cougar bench. Three receivers this side. Now it puts Hoskins in motion. Hoskins is going to come in and set at H-back, and somebody moved on the line. And we've got a false start on the Bobcat offense.
Is that the first flag tonight?
That's the first flag tonight, I do believe so. Bobcats set now after that 5-yard penalty. Hoskins in at the H-back. Give to Gibson. Gibson finds a hole right up the middle, and he breaks free from another man and finally brought down at around the 26-yard line of the Cougars. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down. People's Bank of Jackson, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. That time the Bobcats find first down success on the shoulders of Ethan Gibby Gibson. Right up the middle, had a good block. Here we go again. Hoskins gets the block. Good blocking up front. Gibson going to roll up the middle for another People's Bank first down. And they're in scoring territory. Ball going to be spotted on about the 5-yard line.
That hole's big enough, I believe I could have seen through that one.
I think we could have made it. Gibson again makes a stutter step, looks inside, got a flag coming from the back. Gibson gets in, but it's going to be called back. Was it? What was the call? Was it holding? No, it was a 10-yard penalty. Let's see.
So it's going to be first down and goal for the Bobcats from the
13-yard
line.
Yeah, I didn't see the signal either. I was still watching. Bobcat offense set once again. Turner, Gibson to his left. Snap, give up inside to Gibson. Same play. Gibson almost gets tripped up. And a ankle tackle down around.
That's going to bring up second down and goal from the 5.
Down around the 4-yard line. Looks like it's just past the 5. Well, those two flags, Eric, are something that I wanted to see the Bobcats clean up here tonight. We hope that the mental mistakes can be kept to a minimum here in the playoffs. Turner now give to Gibson up inside, and he's met immediately by two Cougars. Tackled for a loss that time by the Cougars, and the Bobcats call a timeout. They want to talk things over.
That will be their first timeout of the half.
The thing I like about this, Coach Moore calls the timeout, and the three coaches that I associate with the linemen, Coach Allen, Coach Jeremy Moore, and Coach Darrell Deaton from the middle school, are the first three out onto the field.
Yeah.
So that's going to tell you right now that they're coaching somebody else up on the line, letting them know that Ethan got tackled for them not doing their job. Great coaching staff here for the Bobcats. One of the few places that you'll find the whole middle school staff out here helping the high school. A lot of times they coach and work together at practice with JV and the middle school. And it's what it's all about here at Breathitt County, the brotherhood that we have, and kids coming up from the youth program into the middle school. And We'll talk about that at halftime. Coach Shorty Combs is going to come up and spend a few minutes with us. Middle school probably playing the biggest game that they've played in a few years tomorrow in the playoffs down at East Jessamine against Belfry at 4:30. Middle school Bobcats looking to advance on with a big test against the Belfry Pirates tomorrow. Hoskins, now the H-back. Give up inside to Gibson, finds a hole. Doesn't get across the goal line, but he's up there close. There looks like probably on about the 3-yard line, maybe 2 or 3.
It's like the defensive end on the right side of the Cougar defense read that well, was able to crash down and get Gibson before he could get upfield too far. One thing I will say about the coaching staff here, to add on to what you're saying, is one thing I love about the program here is everybody wants everybody else to succeed at every level. Lumberjacks, middle school, high school, everybody's here to see the kids be successful. It's not about egos or anything like that.
Line down in a stance now. Driving up front. Turner going to keep it. Makes one man miss. Ball comes out, but it goes out of bounds.
To be turnover on downs, it will be Morgan County football.
And that is a turnover on downs for the Bobcats as they get that close and don't get into the end zone. Mental mistakes that time, Eric, I think kept us out of the end zone.
Yeah, I think so too. Had to, a couple of penalties on that drive, some missed assignments down there on that one play where Gibson was tackled in the backfield, and then a fumble right there out of bounds.
Bobcats going to have to come out on defense now and try to get a 3 and out. Cougars with their back to the end zone pretty much.
Got to give credit to the Cougar defense. They stiffened in the red zone right there and kept the Bobcats out of the end zone.
Very good defensive stand for the for the Cougars as the Bobcats don't get in the end zone. Nickel this time pitches.
Dangerous play.
Very dangerous as the ball was picked up and he's able to get out of the end zone. Bobcats
about 3 yards.
Could have got a safety that time as ball was pitched, and I couldn't see who the running back was. It may have been Sexton again, able to pick it up and get out of there with it. He actually cut back across the field, Eric, to try to make something happen. And
yeah, I couldn't see the number either.
Ball going to come out to about the 8-yard line now for the Cougars.
Ball carrier showed some speed getting back over there on that side of the formation.
Cougars this time once again give up inside to the running back, and he's going to be met right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of a yard. 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. They're going to say a gain of 2 yards that time. 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. Bobcat defense trying to make their own stand and get the ball back for the offense now.
I know that that's bread and butter for the Cougar offense, running up the gut like that. I just don't know that they're going to find a lot of success against this stout Bobcat defense.
You got to do a little something different, especially with your backs to the end zone. Nickel now puts a man in motion, rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it. He gets the first down and more as he's run out of bounds. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars. A big play for them on 3rd down as Nickel decides to keep it and gets up the sideline, scampers right in front of his own Cougars and picks up the first down. People's Bank of Jackson, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success.
You mentioned earlier you need to have a quarterback in this offense that can make his reads, know whether to keep it or pitch it. Good read, running the options to the short side of the field, keeping it and picking up the first down.
Right. Cougars, single back set, quick screen pass over to the right, and he's going to be tackled immediately by Bradley Hall. And we got a late flag coming in. I believe that was on one of the Cougars. Things looked a little rough as Cougar was getting up from Bradley Hall. Bradley Hall is one of the best open field tacklers that the Bobcats have. Not just,
it right there.
Just in the secondary, but on the whole team. He does a great job of open field tackle. That time he fought off the block, made the tackle for a loss. Personal foul against the Cougars, and that's what I thought it would be. As young man was just a little rough getting up that time. I'll tell you what, you got to admire the referee staff that we have on the field. They've done a good job keeping control of the game, and I think most of the flags here tonight that we've seen have been no contest for me at this point. I would have to agree with him.
Yeah, I think so too.
For the Cougars.
I don't think the ball carrier on that play was appreciative of the way he was brought down, but like you said, you've got to say Bradley Hall fought through a block to make that tackle.
I mean, football's a rough game, and sometimes tackling, it's not real clean. I mean, sometimes you've got to get a little rough to make that tackle. Look here at the tackle by Ryan Robertson that time. That tackle, that was a quarterback sack on Nickel. So Nickel unable to get rid of the ball. I thought he might have pitched it back there. It was kind of hard to see. But Ryan Robertson with a big defensive play for the Bobcats as he gets the quarterback sack. Robertson has been playing really well here this season, especially late this season. Doing a great job on the defense for the Bobcats.
That penalty really hurt Morgan County.
It did. It backed them up, and they were having a little bit of success.
They were. They've got the kind of offense where you need to stay ahead of the chains, and they've just not been able to do that.
Nichols sitting back in the end zone looking to throw. He gets out of there. He's going to be met over in the corner by Gibby Gibson. Good tackle by Ethan that time. Over right in front of the Cougar sideline. Not able to pick up any yards on that one, and it's going to be 4th and about 28. And the Cougars are going to be forced to punt. Punter standing now in the end zone. You got to like your odds on this one with Isaac Turner for the Bobcats as the return man, and a short field right now, Eric.
Yeah.
I think the Cougars may let the clock run out.
I think
they're going to punt it away. Nobody back here on wheels as he catches it. Here he goes, folks. He looks up the middle, finds the sideline. He's up to the 10, and he's ran out of bounds. Great return by Isaac Wheels Turner that time. I really thought maybe the Cougars would let the clock run out, but they don't, and they get it away, and Isaac Wheels Turner gets it up to about the 10-yard line as we'll flip sides now. And we'll take a quick break and go to commercial, folks. We'll be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cold drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure you try our Chester's Fried Chicken. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Would you rather pay $650 or $66 for a smartphone? Simple. With the Appalachian Advantage plan. Pay less upfront and then just a few dollars more every month. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Folks, we are back at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. You didn't miss anything during that commercial break. Just an offsides call on the offense of Breathitt County. Be 1st and 13. 1st and goal for the Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson first down as they look at the end zone. 1st and 13 with that penalty. Bobcats get the play. 3 receivers right in front of us. Stacy, Hoskins, and Turner. Jalen gets the snap. Give to Gibson up inside, and he's tackled right past the line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of about a yard or two.
Bring up 2nd and goal from the 11 for the Bobcats.
11:48 to go here in the second quarter. A lot of people on here to say hello to tonight, Eric. One special person we want to say hello to Debbie Holcomb.
Absolutely. Hope she's doing good tonight. Glad she's able to tune in and watch the Bobcats.
A lot of folks on here I'll try to make mention of as we go through the night. Hello, Adam Stacy. Hello, Miles Holland.
I love that one.
Turner, single back set. Gibson sits back to throw, looks across the field, finds a streaking Isaac, wheels Turner across the middle. Great ball by Jalen Turner. 11:23 to go here in the second, and the Bobcats find the end zone. That's a go time scoring drive for the Bobcats of Breathitt County. Go time, refresh, refill, and refuel at 7 great locations to keep you on the go. Be sure and go in Go Time and tell them you heard about them on the Bluegrass Sports Nation broadcast. Go Time's always a big supporter of the Bobcats and Lumberjacks, and we appreciate all that they do for us and this program. Great play across the middle, Eric, as he had plenty of time. Ball went streaking right across the middle of the field from Turner to Turner. Got to love that connection.
Yeah, that was a nice route by Wills. They're able to get an inside move, get wide open in the end zone.
Bobcats rush things right there. A little power football as you see Hudson in the backfield as a blocker and overload set maybe up front. I'm trying to see who we got in. Yeah, Ogans is in there. Had the heavy set inside, and we're going for 2, but we got another flag. I don't know if it was holding or what the call was. I didn't catch it.
I think somebody moved.
False start?
Yeah, I think so.
Bobcats now with 3 receivers to our left. Single receiver is Sperry, far side. Turner with Gibson behind him. Waiting on the snap, sits back to throw, gets a block, throws across the middle to Sperry. It's caught in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is good from Turner to Sperry. 11:23 to go. Bobcats on top, 14-0 now.
Nice throw by Turner, Rob. He took the snaps, took a step back. That was, you could tell they've practiced that quite a bit. That was what you call just a timing route right there.
Well, that was an immediate throw. You knew who he was going to throw to as he stepped back and was looking across the middle for Sperry. Sperry went streaking right into the end zone. And beautiful play that time for the Bobcats. And the kickoff team will come out onto the field for the blue and white as the Cougar receiving team gets ready. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Lucas Tire and Automotive in Jackson and Bateville, Southern Woods Heating and Air, Law Office of Darrell Harold, Jackson Physical Therapy, Lakeside Homes, Breathitt Funeral Home, Jackson Electric, Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, Variety Pizza, Citizens Bank and Trust, Jiffy Mart, Appalachian Wireless, Breathitt County Farm Bureau, the Law Office of David Johnson, and Hutch Automotive and Tire Works. Big thanks to all those folks for being on board. Terry with the kick. Great kick down the middle. Ball going to fall about to 25. Picked up now by the Cougars. Comes straight across the middle and tackled that time by Combs, Robertson. I think Abner was in on that also.
Great coverage again by the Bobcat kickoff team, Rob. You can tell that they really looked at special teams this week, and they've kind of got that lined out.
Well, yeah, it looks a lot better. I believe the man coming up the field was Drew Linden. I may be wrong, but I think that was Linden, and I think he played a lot of running back for the Cougars here in the first game that we played against Morgan County.
Yeah, Linden's a good-looking athlete. He's a playmaker for the Cougars.
Cougars, 4 receivers to the left. Pitch. Now he's going to be brought down, tackled for a loss. That was Adam Cantrell. That's a 5-yard loss. Big defensive play by the Bobcats that time as they came. They sold out that time, as they say, Eric. Everybody was coming, and right as the quarterback made the pitch, he was looking at about 4 or 5 Bobcats. And
yeah, I've got to say, Rob, I respect I respect Coach Eastling and this Cougar team, but they're going to have to put the ball in the air to get this Bobcat defense to respect.
Yeah, everybody, they're playing up. Look at the number of people you got in the box.
Yeah.
This time we're going to have a flag on Morgan County as that's false start.
I know back when we played, I used to love playing offenses like this when it's just about, playing your assignment and making your read.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever they're, these one-dimensional offenses, they don't present enough of a challenge for this Bobcat defense.
Exactly right. Cougars now with the man in motion. Give up inside. Met right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time by Michael Hudson. Great job inside. I believe, I think that was Sexton on the carry.
Yeah.
10:04 to go here in the second. 3rd and 19 for the Cougars. I think you're right, Eric. We make great armchair coaches, and we laugh about that a lot sitting up here looking at things, but you got to get the ball in the air and to get the running game working. Sometimes you got to open things up and get the ball in the air and make the defense respect that too. And Morgan County yet to do that. Let's see what he does. He steps back to pass, throws out to a man wide open.
Nice play.
Wow. Breakdown of coverage that time
20 yards, enough for a Cougar
as the Cougars, number 22, Drew Linden, came out open, and breakdown on coverage is a big first down play for the Cougars. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for Morgan County. People's Bank, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. That time Morgan County was successful through the air. As we just talked about, they needed to open up that air game, that passing game. I think that makes the second time we've seen Linden go off the field. He's kind of still nursing that same limp, that same hop. Young man did a great job catching the ball that time, picked up the first down for the Cougars.
The Cougars maybe should try a little more of that, because they were successful right there. They've only thrown the ball when they've had their backs against the wall and passing, on passing downs so far. If they would try that on the early downs, they might kind of cause the Bobcats to have to back off and open the game up for the running backs maybe.
9:06 to go here in the second. Coach Easterling fired up over there on the sideline as he calls a timeout, gets his Cougars over on board to talk to him for a minute. Don't think he was very happy about the offense getting set that time. Something wasn't going right. They're going to talk it over. Quick timeout for the Cougars.
I don't know about you. I've never seen a coach get upset like that before.
Oh, no, never. Not in a game of this magnitude here in the first round of the playoffs. Big thanks to Lucas Automotive and Tire in Jackson and Bateville for all your auto repair and tire needs. Southern Woods Heating and Air, serving all your heating and cooling needs, installation or service, no job too big or too small. And the law office of Darrell Harold, with over 30 years of taking care of Jackson and Breathitt County. Cougars now, let's see if they get things right after the quick pep talk by Coach Easterling. 3 receivers to the left, 1 here closest to us. Nickel option again, going to be thrown out to Sexton, and the pitch is no good. I say the pitch is no good. The pitch was good.
Yeah.
Made a good little pitch, reception option, and no pickup of yards because that Bobcat defense was all over it.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that this game if they don't try to mix things up. Throw something at the Bobcats they haven't seen, throw on early downs. I just don't think they've thrown any wrinkles at us just yet.
No, not yet. I know, I think it was Linden came open on that passing play just a minute ago when they picked up the first down. That's probably the most successful play at this point other than the quarterback keep that we saw in the first quarter. Nickel now steps back, rolls out to pass, looks down the field. He's got a man open, almost picked off by Hall as he broke on the ball. That pass intended for Linden again. Linden still coming up with a limp. Yeah. Young man trying to play through some pain. That time, Bradley Hall broke on the ball and almost got a hand on it. Great play by Bradley.
It's a good read by Bradley there to get in front of that ball. Linden kind of had found a hole in the defense. Bradley made a good break on it. That's a kind of throw. If you can get a little air under it, a little bit of touch, maybe you can complete it, make it a little harder for the defense, but unable to do it on that play.
Cougars offense rushes up to the line of scrimmage and gets set. Nickel sits back to pass, drops back, going to be flushed out of the pocket by Hoskins and Hudson over to the sideline, and he's going to be sacked by the tag team of Hoskins and Hudson. Wow, great defensive play that time. And we've got a flag coming in late, probably a personal foul. Let's hope these young guys keep their emotions in check as that play happened right in front of the Morgan sideline. See who the call's going to be on. You see a referee pointing to the Bobcats and a referee pointing towards the Morgan sideline too. So let's see. Referee's doing a great job trying to keep control of things here tonight.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bobcats.
Unsportsmanlike against the Bobcats. 7:56.
After the play. That's a 15-yard penalty, but it'll still be 4th down.
So that's going to march it up, Eric, to just a yard or two past the original line of scrimmage. So we're still looking at 4th and 8 from the 48 for the Cougars.
You know, you got to wonder what happened there. It looked like the tackle was clean because the flag came after the play, which makes you think that maybe there was a little bit of talk.
Yeah. I don't know who said what first, but a little bit of talk coming from both teams. Big tackle made for a loss that time. Cougars now set, 3 receivers close to us. Nickel back by himself. He's going to drop back to throw. Same thing, flushed out of the pocket, throws down the sideline. Oh, it's dropped. Wow. Linden looked like he had the catch, but he drops it. It would have been huge.
That would have been
for
a
the Cougars
play
at this point, as he probably had a few steps.
Yeah, got to give them their credit on that. I mean, Nickel was able to roll out, find a receiver, get the ball to him, just not able to bring it in. That would have been a big first down for the Cougars there, and unfortunately not able to connect. Bobcats with excellent field position.
Bobcats taking over on about the 47, 48-yard line. 2 or 3 receivers this side. Stacy, Hoskins, and Turner. Receiver by himself on the far sideline is Sperry. Gibson, single back beside Turner. Turner steps back, rolls out, short pass to Isaac Wheels. Turner tries to get a block from Stacy. Turner going to make it up the sideline to about the 35 on the Cougars side of the 50. And that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. People's Bank, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. Big thanks to our sponsors here tonight, Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. Lakeside Homes, if you're looking for a new home, Lakeside Homes is your one stop for the best selection. Breathitt Funeral Home, taking care of you and your family in your time of need. Jackson Electric, stop by and see the guys for all your electrical, plumbing, and heating needs. Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. Bobcats, 3 receivers to the right now. Turner sits back, gets a block from Gibson, throws way downfield, looking for an open man. Stacy can't get to it. Ball going to fall incomplete. What a ball by Turner. His hit was pointed to the end zone.
Yeah.
Beautiful pass. Stacy just couldn't get to it. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a real pretty throw by Turner. I think Stacy just may have got hung up with the DB right there. I don't know what happened, but that would have been nice to see if they could have connected on that play right there. I want to go back to what we were talking a minute ago on the penalty. You know, if you're Coach Moore, you want to know what's going on, stay on top of your players. Now in the playoffs is not the time you want to have penalties for talking or anything like that.
No, you really don't. And if you say the word penalty, and I've seen it happen, another flag, it looks like offsides or false start to me.
Well, we've mentioned a few times already about how the Bobcats gave up a kickoff return touchdown last week, and that was addressed. I think maybe a penalty is going to be addressed this week.
Well, you know, it's the one thing I wanted to see the Bobcats clean up was mental mistakes, and we're 7:38 here to go in the second, and we've got 5 penalties, 6 penalties on the Bobcats. One was a personal foul. The other ones were false start, I do believe. Turner going to be pushed out of the pocket, makes a stiff arm on one man up to about the 30-yard line before he's ran out of bounds, close to the 26, 27-yard line. Great run by Jalen Turner.
I hate to put words in Coach Kyle Moore's mouth, but I'm sure he'd say that 6 penalties too many.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the mental mistakes is what you want to see minimized here going into the playoffs, because those are really going to hurt you as you go down as you go up the ladder, let's say, in the playoffs. Single back set is Gibson now beside Turner. Turner waiting on the snap. Draws the Cougars encroachment on the defense, and the Bobcats will get 5 yards the old-fashioned way.
Good job by Turner kind of switching up his snap count there, drawing the Cougars off. You know, a lot of times we talk about how there's 3 phases to the football game. Football, you know, it's a very intricate game, and sometimes just changing up the snap count, can
makes a difference.
Yeah.
Shout out to former Bobcat Jamie Watkins. Good to see him on here watching. Turner now sits, looks across the middle of the field, goes deep, and he can't find Stacy or Isaac Turner, either one. Neither one was open. I think maybe they got a little confusion on the routes that time.
I think so.
Turner threw it up, and the ball was kind of in the middle of those two, and neither one of them able to make it to it. Ball falls incomplete.
You're lucky that the Cougars didn't come down with that one right there.
Tell you what, this Cougar bunch still in this ball game, Eric. 14-0. Bobcats with the lead, 7-26.
Yeah, you're right. You've got to give credit to Coach Easterling and his Cougar squad. You know, he's got a tough bunch of young men out here, and they're playing hard tonight.
Gibson, single back set to the left. Quick pass by Turner to Spurry. Spurry gets a block from Turner, and he's out of bounds up around the 15-yard line, maybe the 14. Big shout out to Bill Brack-Fugit as he's fishing in Florida, and we're freezing in Kentucky. Good to see him on here watching. Hello, Bill Brack. Long way from Florida tonight, ain't it, Eric?
Long way from Florida.
Clear and cold, probably around 30 by the time we leave here tonight. 2 receivers each side. Hoskins goes in motion, sets up as the H-back. Turner, give to Gibson, met. As soon as the handoff is given to Gibson, he's met by 2 or 3 Cougar defensive guys, and he is brought down right around the line of scrimmage if he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Seems like the Cougars have found something they're keying on. The last few times that the Bobcats have tried to run Gibson, they've really played that well.
Offensively, something is breaking down up front because you see the Cougars that time showing blitz. Something broke down up front the last couple of plays because Gibson's usually able to make the first man miss and get into that second level of the linebackers, and he's not been able to do so on the last few running plays.
No, that last play, as soon as he got the ball, they were right on him. It's hard to make a man miss when he's right in front of you.
We bragged a lot about this offensive line last week, and they did a great job. Let's hope that they hang their hat on a good performance here tonight. Miller gets set for the snap. Ball back to Turner. Turner sits, looks, rushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked by number 22. That is Drew Linden for the Cougars. And another breakdown up front for the Bobcats.
It looks like the Cougars are bringing some pressure, like you said just a second ago, and I believe they're just bringing more men to the Bobcats.
They are. Linden is lined up over there at that left end, and just did a great job that time getting through the Bobcat offensive line. It's kind of hard to block 5 on 8.
Yeah.
As the Cougars have got everybody stacked inside right now. Turner going to be sacked again. Sacked again by the Cougars. And that is Jordan Fugit, a senior on this Cougar squad. And that's going to back the Bobcats up again. Ball going to be on the 26-yard line. Eric, this makes twice that the Bobcats have been in the red zone ready to score and have not been able to find the end zone. Let's see what Coach Moore draws up on this one. 5:28 to go before the half. Maybe the Bobcats just a little bit lackluster here tonight offensively.
Maybe, but let's give Coach Easterling and this Cougar squad some credit. He may have been watching some film, seen something he's picked up on with tendencies in his Bobcat offense.
You got a lot of guys coming for the Cougars as Turner goes deep. Sperry with the catch in the end zone. Brings it home for the Bobcats. That'll be a go-time scoring drive for the Bobcats of Breathitt County. Go time, refresh, refill, and refuel with 7 great locations to serve you. 5:07 to go in the second. Turner finally gets some pass protection from the line, able to step up, throw the ball deep to the end zone, and Sperry makes a great reception in the end zone.
Yeah, that's just, I don't even know what to say about that right there, Rob. That's just, you know, athletes making a play.
The extra point that time by Terry is blocked by the Cougars.
Sperry had 2 men on him, was able to get behind them. Looked like the play may have been well defended, but Turner put the ball right where it needed to be. Sperry made a great catch, you know, made an easy catch.
That makes a couple times this year that he's had his extra points blocked, and just got to look up front and see where the breakdown's coming on that one.
Yeah, that's another special team issue they may have to look at, because they got some pressure on the first attempt down here on the other end zone.
5:07 to go before the half. Bobcats up 20-0. You know, we talk a lot about body language. We talk a lot about intensity level and emotion that ball clubs play with. And, you know, I didn't like using the term lackluster with the offense, and I don't want to take away anything from the Cougars because they're playing a heck of a game defensively. The scoreboard doesn't really tell the truth here. 20-0. The defense for the Cougars has really come up big a few times tonight. Yeah. And the intensity and the emotion on this Bobcat team is kind of lacking right now. Good kick by Terry. Ball going to roll back to about the 20. And look at Linden shoot right up the middle. Wow. Linden with a big reception. And Wheels Turner not able to make the tackle.
Morgan County.
That time number 22, Drew Linden, streaks up the middle of the field for the Cougars on the kickoff return. I don't know how many yards that was. The ball was a great kick by Terry, and it rolled to about the 20. So at least an 80-yard scamper that time by Linden.
Yeah, that was a good kick. That was a good return. Linden picked it up, and he just ran right straight down the field. Didn't really even have to make much of a cut. That was a breakdown in coverage by the Bobcats, and Linden showing some speed and athletic ability. Big play for the Cougars. Keep them in this game. You were talking about body language and things a minute ago. The Cougars may have been down, but, you know, their body language is still positive. They're showing energy and the will to fight.
Well, that time the defense comes up big for the Bobcats and snuffs out the 2-point conversion, not before a go-time scoring play for the Cougars as Linden scampered up the middle of the field on a kickoff return for 6 points. Gets the Cougars on the board. 4:54 to go here in the second before the half. 20-6, Bobcats with the lead.
Drew Linden, a good-looking athlete for the Cougars, isn't he, Rob?
Yeah, I think that young man was playing fullback or tailback whenever they came over here and we played him the first time. And he's that downhill running back that I admired so much in the first game. And I tell you what, he's got some speed.
He does.
There was about 3 Bobcat defenders back here that couldn't make the tackle. And when he found an opening, he had some green grass, plenty of room. It says a lot to me when Isaac Turner, when somebody's running leg for leg with Isaac Wheels Turner, because that young man's pretty quick, and Wheels unable to track him down and make the tackle, and Linden gets into the end zone for the Cougars.
Yeah, you know, good. Got to give the Cougars credit. You know, they blocked it well, you know, back here, but, you know, Linden, when he broke through the line, was, you know, he's tall. Man's got some length. You know, young man was covering a lot of ground as he ran. Good looking return.
Special thanks to some more sponsors. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Citizens Bank and Trust, serving Breathitt County for over 50 years. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in Jiffy, your gas, groceries, and be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Breathitt County Farm Bureau with agents Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Farm Bureau is big on commitment in Breathitt County. Happy birthday to Seth Holland, by the way. Got to throw that one in there on that young man.
Happy birthday. I haven't seen him in quite a while. Known Seth for a long time. I hope he has a great day.
Actually saw him in Walgreens just a few minutes ago before the game. Nice little onside kick by the Cougars. Going to be handled by the Bobcats. I believe that was Tincher that was able to get the hand on the ball and handle it. That was one thing that the Bobcats were working on in pregame, was the opportunity that the Cougars would come out and kick the ball onside kick. And that time we see it. Ball travels 10 yards. Bobcats able to hold on to it, and that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats as they begin this drive. People's Bank of Jackson, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. Bobcat offense set up, 2 receivers now.
Why not onside kick it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you're in the ball game right now with after a big play like that when Linden run down the kickoff return. Turner steps up in the pocket, throws deep for Sperry. Sliding catch is made at the 20-yard line. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats as Sperry makes a sliding catch.
That was a great adjustment by Sperry. Turner stepped up in there, but kind of had a little pressure in his face, not able to get as much on that ball as he wanted to. Sperry did a great job coming back to it and making that catch.
I'd like to see a little more excitement. That's a big play by the Bobcats. I just don't, personally, I don't like the intensity. They really got after it this week in practice, had a great week of practice. Ball give to Gibson up inside, and he's going to be brought down just past the line of scrimmage, probably pick up of about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah. Gain about 4 yards.
You've got to play your football game. You can't play to your opponent.
No, you're absolutely right.
This Bobcat club, I guess I'm looking for a little bit more emotion. That was a great pickup by the offense that time. 2nd and 7 now for the Bobcats.
That's what they're hard to call some of them games, you know what I mean?
Ball up inside to Gibson, and he keeps scampering, and he makes a bunch of Cougars miss. Gibson once again with 3:44 to go before the half. That is a go-time scoring drive for the Bobcats. Go-time, refresh, refill, and refuel with 7 great locations to keep you on the go.
That's the Ethan Gibson we've been used to seeing here the last few weeks.
Well, you think that little talk that the coaches had to the offensive line might have helped Gibson that time, right up the middle, and able to make a number of Cougars miss tackles and finds the end zone. Bobcats going to go for 2. Turner rolls out, throws to the corner, and he misses Stacy. Ball falls incomplete. 3:44 to go before the half. Bobcats trying to open it up a little bit, Eric, with a 26-6 lead now. Cougars came out and answered the Bobcats quickly with that kickoff return, and now the Bobcats come down the field and answer the Cougars and put 6 more on the board.
Yeah, that was a good-looking drive by the Bobcats. Made some things happen quickly right there. I'm sure that they're going to come out here and talk to the kickoff team and stress staying in your lanes, getting down the field. Try not to give up another return if possible.
You know, there's 2 things right now, and I try not to overanalyze, but there's 2 things right now that the Bobcat Club needs to work on. We've got to do a better job at limiting the mental mistakes and penalties. We also got to figure out the special team game in the 2-point and the extra point game.
Yeah.
I know we're going for 2 because we missed an extra point. We got 1 blocked. We're going to try to get those 2 points back by going for the 2-point conversion. Bobcats have they've been really good at that this year up to this point, and to go make a deep run in the playoffs, I got to kind of pick on those 2 things right now and analyze that a little bit. Let's get that cleaned up, no mental mistakes. Terry out on the field for the kickoff. Braxton with a big kick. Ball going to fall at the 25, be picked up at about the 22. Young man carrying the ball again is Darren Holland for the Cougars, and he's met by a host of Bobcats as Holland gets up a little slow.
Yeah, I got to agree with what you're saying, Rob. You know, when the casual observer or fan watches the football game, they watch offense and defense. But, you know, people that are into football understand there's more to it. You've really got to put together the special teams. It's a 3rd phase. And another thing that's the difference between a good football team and an elite football team is you don't beat yourself, you don't make mental mistakes and penalties, and clock management.
Yeah.
The excellent football teams, they manage the clock to their advantage. They don't give up yards on penalties, and then they're elite in all 3 phases of the game.
Coach Moore does a great job of calling plays on these 2-point conversions. You want to see the Bobcats come out and execute that, and I think they need to work on that. Tincher that time able to force Nickel out of the pocket with a little rush, and the ball gets up the field courtesy of Sexton again. Jordan Sexton with another carry, junior on this Cougar club.
Hey, that was a good play call by Coach Ishling. Good execution, nice blocking by the Cougars. Sexton able to get some yards on first down.
Second about 3 now, 2.5, 3 yards probably for the Cougars. No give up in this Cougar bunch as they came here tonight for a fight. They're not going out without the Bobcats knowing they've been here. I tell you what, I'm impressed with the way they've played thus far. Mishandled the snap that time by Nickel. Nickel flushed right over in front of his sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds. Ball fell to the ground. As soon as he touched it, he was able to pick it back up and get out of there with it.
Yeah, able to not have too bad of a loss right there on that play.
Exactly. He made a lot out of nothing as he dropped the snap, and that kind of messed up the timing. Couldn't find an open man to get rid of the ball to, and he just ran out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Be interesting to see if this Cougar offense shows some type of wrinkle right here to throw at the Bobcats. I don't think running up the gut's going to pick up this 3rd down.
Well, if it was me, I'd sit back and look for Linden again, but there they go up inside. Ball given to Sexton right up inside, right behind the guard and the center, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of a yard. It's going to be called 4th and 2. I mean, at that point, I would have sat back and looked for Linden or Holland, one of those tall receivers that they've got, and tried to get a short screen pass or something over here on the sideline up the field.
I've got to agree. I don't think that they're going to have a lot of success just running right at this Bobcat defense like that.
Little fake and a pitch out to Linden, and he makes good of it. We got a tackle coming in late, way over here in the middle of the field, but the flag thrown right at where Linden was tackled.
Waiting for the call.
Great little fake that time up inside.
Yeah, that was a good-looking play by the Cougars right there.
And they're going to call holding on the Cougars.
It is a 10-yard penalty.
And that's unfortunate for the Cougars. They had a nice call and nice execution on that play.
Really was. It faked me out. Nice fake up inside. Sexton didn't get the ball. Pitch came out to Linden, and we know he can get up the field in a hurry, and he did that time. Would have been a 1st down, I believe, but
I think so. I've got to say, I think that Coach Ishling was setting that up on 3rd down, running up the middle and faking that and running the pitch right there.
Cougars were looking at a 1st down, forced to punt. Now the punt handled by Isaac Wheels Turner. He's at the 50 and ran out of bounds. Good reception, probably 10 or 12 yards that time by Isaac Wheels Turner. That's the only thing I hated about that, Eric. I thought the Cougars were going to keep things rolling, and they were looking at a 1st down, and once again, a flag on the play brings it back, and they're faced with 4th and 9, and they have to punt.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unfortunate for them. Able to you think, to keep the drive alive, but, mental mistake on their part, calling it back. And, again, we've got to harp on those mental mistakes and flags. You just can't have that in playoff football, Rob.
Nope. Can't have that at this time of the game in the playoffs where it's one and done if you make too many mistakes.
And you hate to have a penalty, call back a 1st down, stop a drive, and then kind of ruin a play that I think Coach Ishling did a good job setting up.
Turner mishandles the snap. Turner looked like he was just about to get out of there before the ball got to him. And the ball falls to the ground, and the Cougars recover the fumble with 1:40 to go before the half.
Yeah. I don't think it was a bad snap. I think that maybe Turner was starting to move a little too soon.
I think so. It kind of reminded you of a receiver trying to run before they caught the ball.
Yeah, little ignorance there on part of the quarterback.
Joy Noble watching from Merritt Island, Florida. Hello to Joey and Brandon. Say hello to Betty Sally watching.
Good job by the Cougars there to get on the ball, to recognize what was going on and capitalize on the turnover.
Paul and Gloria Smith rooting on number 77, Big Tegan Smith. We've got a timeout from the Cougars, 1:40 here to go before the half, as Bobcats still have a few things to work on, Eric, and a few things to clean up. But mechanics and execution just seem to be a little bit off tonight. You know, you don't ever expect a ball club to be perfect. And, you know, I know we have a few young players at different positions, but all excuses aside, this is essentially the 11th week of playing as you start the first round of the playoffs, and we got a few things we need to clean up.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a saying in sports, you want to be peaking at the right time. And a couple weeks ago, it looked like the Bobcats were doing that. And not to say they're not right now, but tonight they are playing sloppy, even with a 20-point lead right now.
Well, they've had a great week of practice. Coaches have really been bragging on them, and they've done great. And so far, you know, we've had Coach Moore has called some great plays tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And it seems like the Bobcats having a little trouble on execution. Maybe, you know, Coach Holcomb used to preach to us focus. Focus on your job, and maybe lacking a little focus here tonight. Bobcats, hopefully they'll clean things up in the second half. We'll see how they come out here. A minute 40 to go before the half.
Yeah, really hate to be too down on them. They've got a 20-point lead. They've been playing well, but they have had a handful of mistakes that have hurt them here in the first half.
Cougar offense with a man in motion is Linden. Little halfback pass. He's going to be brought down as he throws. Are they going to call it incomplete? I thought that was an interception, but he hits the ground. I thought it was going to be an interception for Wheels.
The Bobcats need to be glad that I think it was Tincher that reacted to that, able to get over there on Linden and force the throw, because they had a man running behind the defense toward the end zone. If he was able to set his feet and get the ball in the air, that could have been 6 for the Cougars right there.
Nice little flip by Nickel to Linden. Little halfback pass as he rolls out and looks to throw it downfield. Brady Tincher's a pretty tall young man, and he's wrapped up on Linden, and
he didn't stay to get a pretty good throw out.
Linden's upper body was above Tincher in the tackle, and he's able to get the throw off, almost an interception. Hand off to Sexton that time, and he's met by Ryan Robertson and Corey Combs that time.
You know, I've got to say, Sexton, he's a tough downhill runner too. Maybe doesn't have a lot of speed or shiftiness, but he's a tough young man, and when he gets the ball, he usually falls forward.
He gives the Cougars a little bit of versatility in the backfield. You know, the first game we saw a whole lot of Linden. I guess that was because that was all they had. Sexton was injured at that point, but good to see him out on the field. And like I said, it gives him a little bit of more versatility in the backfield.
Yeah.
Special thanks again to our sponsors, Law Office of David Johnson with offices in Hazard and Jackson. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts, located on Highway 15. And a big thanks to Appalachian Wireless, who is our sponsor of the player of the game. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. Great service, great people. Get more with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Big thanks to our sponsors here tonight, and also thanks to you folks for tuning in and watching us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We love bringing you the action, especially from the riverbank here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. 1:15 to go before the half, as the Cougars offense, Coach Easterling that time calls the timeout to talk it over with his boys.
It'll be interesting to see what he runs right here. I've got to say, Coach Easterling's had a few wrinkles for the Bobcats tonight.
Trips
left.
They
just haven't been able to capitalize.
Trips left, and the ball handed off to Sexton as he rumbles up towards the sticks, and he doesn't pick up the first down. Going to be short, probably 4th and 2. I got a number of whistles. I thought we had a timeout, and then the Cougars rushed back to the line of scrimmage, and then we got another set of whistles. So maybe the timeout.
I don't think the Cougars had any more timeouts.
I don't think they did. I think they spiked the ball. Maybe did they spike the ball? I missed it. We got the clock stopped somehow, but Cougars with about a minute and 10 seconds to work here.
I think Breathitt must have called a timeout because they're not showing any more on the scoreboard either, Rob.
Okay, maybe they did. Coach Combs and Coach Allen out talking to the defense now for the Bobcats. Have I ever mentioned how great a coaching staff we have here at Breathitt?
I think you may have brought it up time or two. I've got to agree with you. Proud of these men here that are they would make a commitment to these young men of Breathitt County and put in time and effort so that they can have the program that they've got here.
1:09 to go before the half. Bobcats with a 26-6 lead over the Cougars of Morgan County. Morgan County really came out with something to prove, and I tell you what, they've answered the Bobcats on a couple of facets here in the game, and the Bobcats able to get on the scoreboard just more times than them at this point. Just a few good plays, really, execution-wise. We've had some issues. That time you see Nickel drop the snap, and he's going to be forced to the sideline by Corey Combs, and Wesley Abner able to run him out of bounds that time.
Yeah. Morgan County has really been fighting hard tonight, and they've got some good athletes, but they've just had some mistakes. They've gotten behind the chains a couple times, put them in, third and fourth and really long situations. You got to wonder what the game might be like if they had been able to avoid those mistakes. Their offense isn't built for that type of a ball game.
No, they've had a couple of issues with that snap hitting the ground too a couple times, and that time Nickel just had to get out of there with it. Turner, quick throw to Wheels, and they're going to say that was incomplete. Ball was a little low that time by Turner.
So it's going to be
second and 10 for the Bobcats. 1 minute to go now before the half. 26-6, Bobcats out in front by 3 scores. Offensive line getting set. Snap from Miller to Turner. Design run play. Wow, look at that. Quarterback go up the middle as Jalen Turner says, I think I'll go to the end zone. That was poetry in motion, my friend, as the offensive line got the push. He had 2 lead blockers out in front of him, right in front of the sideline, in front of the Cougars. And with 49 seconds to go before the half, Jalen Turner scampers up the field for a big score for the Bobcats.
Yeah.
That is a People's Bank of Jackson touchdown for the Bobcats.
I like that call by Coach Moore. He's got a special player in Jalen Turner, and I think, a few times the ball game, you just got to call his number and see what he can do with it. He was able to put it in the end zone right there. That was a nice run by Jalen Turner.
Ball was on the 39-yard line, so we're going to say that was about a 40-yard scamper. Going for 2, pitch over to the middle. Nice little throw by Turner right across the middle to Bryce Hoskins for the 2-point conversion. That's going to make the score 34, 34-6. Great job that time by the offense. Things starting to click a little bit that time. Good blocking up in front. Good lead blocks that time by Gibson. And able to break Turner open. Design run play for the quarterback, and he just went right up the middle of the field. Able to make a couple people miss. The young man finds himself in the end zone a few seconds later. Great run by Turner for the score for the Bobcats.
That was a great run by Turner, but I also want to make sure I give credit to his teammates. One thing I like about this Bobcat team is they will do some blocking out on the edges. The H-backs, the wide receivers get out there, and they don't often get caught watching the play. They're out there trying to help their teammates make something happen.
Right. Say hello to Katrina Price watching. A lot of folks on here enjoying this broadcast. A lot of folks enjoying seeing the Bobcats up on the scoreboard. Terry now set to kick off for the Bobcats. Kick by Braxton. Going to fall at about the 26, 27-yard line. Picked up by Holland that time. Hard to tell Holland and Linden apart. They're really built similar.
They are.
And Holland that time able to get it up to about the 41-yard line. Cougar offense will come out. People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars. People's Bank, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. Cougars trying to get some success here in the last 44 seconds, Eric, before halftime. A pretty good field position to get started for this offense. Let's see if they can get the ball down the field.
Yeah, they do have good field position here. Only 44 seconds, so, they're definitely going to have to open up the playbook and try and get some yardage in chunks right here, Rob.
You get to give the ball back to the Bobcat offense coming out in the third quarter, so they need to make something happen. Little reverse that time. Finds a seam up inside. Ball carrier was number 6, Jacob Nickel. Little reverse that time, and beautiful open field tackle once again by Bradley Hall, number 18 of the Bobcats. 24 seconds now on the clock, continues to tick, and Nickel going to spike the ball and stop the clock. Nice little reverse play. Nickel found a seam over on that left-hand side on the reverse and able to pick up a few yards, but I tell you what, no fooling Bradley Hall as he came up quick and made that tackle.
Yeah, the Bobcats did a really good job of reading that, reacting to it, staying home and not letting them get a trick play on them. Sometimes you can catch a defense, getting out of their assignments, staying home and get a big play.
Man in motion. Pitch going to be pass going to be made.
You saw what was coming right there, didn't you?
Yeah. Over to Adkins for the Cougars. Short pass, little gain, but I tell you what, the Bobcats, they weren't fooled on that one, and the tackle made quickly. We'll take a break here at the half. Bobcats lead 34-6. You're watching Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after these messages.
People's Bank, our vision is to be the best community bank in America. We pride ourselves in being a community bank that builds relationships with our clients and offers cutting-edge financial products. For 120 years, People's Bank has focused on helping clients achieve their financial goals. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Give them a call today at 606-666-5519 or 606-666-5500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau has been insuring folks for more than 75 years. So, we know Kentucky. Case in point, we know the Happy Birthday song was written by a pair of Kentucky sisters. The whole song lasts only about 15 seconds. Yeah, good thing. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Breathitt County's superhero, Colton Ritchie, who was diagnosed with DIPG in October of 2016 at the age of 5. He served as the honorary team captain for the Breathitt County Bobcats football team on Cants versus Cancers night in 2016 and 2017. Colton gained his angel wings on Valentine's Day of 2018 at the age of 7. The Team Colton DIPG Foundation was formed in his memory. During his short life, he brought our county together for a common cause, and he continues to impact our community and other families across Kentucky and the nation. In 2019, Team Colton introduced Breathitt County to David Jr. Turner, another brave DIPG warrior from Louisville. He served as honorary team captain for the Bobcats on Cats First Cancer Night in 2019. David passed away on May 21st, 2021 at the age of 9. David lived by the motto, make every day the best day ever. Like Colton, David's legacy lives on, and his family continues to be strong advocates for DIPG and all childhood cancer warriors. Breathitt County Bobcats encourage everyone to join the fight against cancer in honor of Colton and David Jr. and all of those that face this terrible disease.
All right, folks, we are back at halftime, 34-6 Bobcats with a commanding lead over the Cougars right now. Breathitt County doing a little recognition of cancer survivors here tonight as not only the first round of the playoffs, but this is also the Cats versus Cancer game that we have every year. Nice setup out front with the balloons that have people's name on it, that in remembrance of those, and also in recognition of cancer survivors. This night was designated as Cats versus Cancer, and we always try to take a point in the season to recognize those that are still with us and those that have passed on due to the dreaded disease of cancer. And Bobcat supporters and friends and family doing a great job here tonight of recognizing those. 9:20 here to go in the half. Bobcats with a 34-6 lead over Morgan County Cougars. Both teams having a little bit of problems at this point as they've had a little bit of execution, just a little bit of lackluster effect on both offenses, if you will, at this point in the ball game. Bobcats were still with a big lead, not to take anything away from Morgan County, but the Cougars able to do a few things right on defense and have stopped the Bobcats at a couple intervals here in the game. Cougars only with 6 points thus far, not because of lack of effort. They've had a couple of drives that were shut down by penalties and really hurt them early in the second half, as it looked like they were going to drive down the field and maybe put 6 points on the board. But penalties and punts took that away from them, and the one scoring play that they did have was on a kickoff return. That's been the bright spot for the Cougars at this point, as offensively they've struggled to get the ball down the field. Eric and myself were talking right there during the half. Looked like a little hook and ladder play set up right before the half, and it was snuffed out really quick. It didn't happen. But the young man that was the, I guess you call him the middle man in the hook and ladder, was tackled with the ball before he was able to pitch it back. So, you know, Eric and I are offensive linemen. That doesn't mean that we don't recognize some things that happen on the field. You know, offensive linemen are the smartest guys on the field.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I always remind people of that.
Yeah, personally, I think we're the smartest guys on the field because we play the position that doesn't have to run all the time.
We're going to take care of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Tate and Skidmore, 6th grader that got to practice and dress with the middle school this week, and one of the biggest linemen on the 6th grade team, Eric, and they put him in number 28 for the middle school, and I was sure to tell him to make sure he stayed on the line because there's really nothing happens in the backfield anyway.
Yeah.
You know, if he wants to shine, he needs to be on the offensive line. So.
Yeah, you need to make sure he knows that all those guys back there running the ball really wish they were linemen anyway.
I want to make a quick mention here. I've not seen him come and join us. I was really hoping he did, but Mr. Brendan Miller here taking some pictures of us. Thanks, Brendan. Wanted to make a quick mention. Shorty Combs thought he was going to come up and talk to us for a few minutes during halftime. If not, I will. The Breathitt Middle School Bobcats in the biggest game that we've had since this time last year, Eric, against Belfry, as they go to East Jessamine to face the Belfry Pirates in the middle school playoffs. Bobcats looking to advance, got to get past a tough Belfry team. The Varney kid that plays quarterback for the Pirates, just a phenomenal athlete. They've got a number of athletes on that team that really impressive when they come over here and play to us. I got to tell you something. It's no secret. This middle school bunch has got a lot better throughout the season.
Yeah.
I brag a lot on the high school during practice, and they've done a great job this week. This middle school bunch is probably the most focused, I'm going to say, football team, not just middle school program, but this bunch at this point in the season is probably one of the most focused teams I've seen in Breathitt County in a number of years. They really impressive this week at practice. A lot of people talking about this middle school bunch and the efforts that Coach Combs and that coaching staff is putting into them. I'll tell you what, everywhere I go, somebody wants to talk about football, and I love it. It's hey, how's the high school doing? What are the, you know, how's Jalen looking? How's the line looking in practice? You know, it's everywhere you go in the county right now. You love that. You love to see this county and this community encircle themselves again in a game of football and be invested in these kids on this field. Yeah. You know, we were talking earlier in the week. One of the coaches, you know, goes into the parts house and he's not even, hey, what can we do for you today? It's tell us about the football team.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just the high school, it's not just the middle school, it's not just the younger kids. When they say tell us about the football in Breathitt County, you know, we could be there all day because it's a long journey talking about the games between grade school to high school. But this middle school bunch is really focused. They seem like they've got a job to do. They feel like maybe they didn't play at their best performance earlier in the year against Belfry. You know, maybe I'm giving a little bit more information than I should during halftime, but, you know, if we got Shorty Combs up here, he would have been talking 10 minutes. He would have been talking into the third quarter. So,
well, I got to say, that excites me. I haven't had the opportunity to watch middle school play, but I know when I played at SMS back in the day when we played there, you know, that's when our love of football was kindled.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited for those kids. I know I loved playing over there. I loved playing for Coach Chapman, loved competing in the middle school conference that we played in at the time. Those kind of things are just getting started. And, you know, really wishing, you know, the best for the Bobcats. Hope that they have the performance they're looking to have. I hope that everyone stays healthy and hope they, you know, bring a W back home with them.
Before we go to another commercial break, one more tidbit of information. Farristown was undefeated. Pineville beats Farristown in the first round. The Bobcats advanced by beating Meese, who is out of Somerset. But the Bobcats show up at West Jessamine last week and thump that Pineville team that beat the Farristown undefeated bunch, thump them 40-8. So this Bobcat bunch on the middle school is ready to go. Big props to them, and if I talk to Shorty, I'll tell him we covered it greatly. But, folks, it'll be 4:30 tomorrow from East Jessamine as the middle school Bobcats take on Belfry. We're going to go to a short commercial break before we come back for second half action. Thanks for watching us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cold drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure you try our Chester's Fried Chicken. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
All right, folks, we are back from the riverbank. We appreciate all our sponsors here tonight, but Eric and myself would like to show as he's digging into his Ziploc bag, would like to say a special thanks to Shirley Houndshell for some awesome gingerbread. It's not very often that we get a treat up here at halftime or before the game, but we were treated to a few Ziploc bags full of gingerbread, and I'm telling you, folks, you don't know what you're missing. Thanks, Shirley. Appreciate that gesture, and we have greatly enjoyed it here tonight. Bobcats with a 34-6 lead, 2:50 here to go in the half before we start the third quarter. We were just talking about the middle school Bobcats. You see a lot of the middle school coaches out here on the field. We've talked about them at length. They go up in the box. They're on the headset. They're out on the field. They're helping with special teams. They're helping with defense. I tell you what, you got to love the brotherhood that goes along with Bobcat football. And you got to love this coaching staff. I think Coach Moore has made some great calls here tonight in this game. And that's part of the reason the Bobcats are up 34-6. Bobcats have shot themselves in the foot a few times with some penalties, and we hope they get that cleaned up in the second half. As we're sitting here, Tyler Bryan is out taking some snaps and throwing the ball around. Tyler hoping to get a shot at getting in on this game. Coach Moore hoping to play some of his JV players in this ball game as the Bobcats are up 34-6 over the Cougars of Morgan County. I tell you what, the Cougars really with that ground and pound offense have just not been able to get the running game going, partly due to the defense of the Bobcats. We've saw the same three guys up front for most of the night. I call them Triple H, Hoskins, Harold, and Hudson, doing a phenomenal job up front. And then the great linebacking core and DBs that we have here for the defense of the Bobcats. I think they've done a great job tonight. You know, I look at my little running stat sheet of touchdowns and flags. That's kind of what I try to keep up with that I can. You know, we talked about penalties earlier, and that's the one thing we got to work on. We talked about that earlier. The two facets that we need to work on are the mental mistakes and the penalties, and this really the extra point, the 2-point conversion and the extra point game for the Bobcats here, point after the touchdown. We went for 2 a couple times and been unsuccessful, and we went for 2 because we were trying to make up from a block kick or a missed extra point. So Coach Moore making some good calls on the 2-point conversion. Bobcats just unable to execute and get the job done, but hopefully we'll see some things change here in the second half and Bobcats clean up some mental mistakes. I'm excited to maybe see some of the young guys get in here during the third quarter, some of these JV guys that I get a chance to work with sometimes.
I think I think you're right. I like what Coach Moore has been calling tonight. I think he's called some, pretty good game myself. I like what I've seen of the Bobcats for the most part, except for, like you were mentioning, the middle mistakes. We've had too many penalties. Gave up another special teams touchdown. If we can get those things corrected, I think they're definitely moving in a positive direction. I want to see what they can do. If they're able to maintain this lead and finish off the Cougars, they can get the middle mistakes and special teams corrected, they might be able to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Well, we've got a fresh 12 minutes on the clock, and the return team for the Bobcats lined up on the field ready to go. Kickoff team for the Cougars comes out onto the field.
You're going to see another onside here?
Well, we're looking for it. We've seen it once here tonight. Ball sitting at an angle, and we got Hoskins walked up in that second line there, and that's what we're going to see, a little pooch kick. Going to fall back to the second line of receivers, if you will, for the kickoff return team. And Blake Ritchie going to fall on it. And covered up for the Bobcats, and that will be a People's Bank of Jackson. First down for the Bobcats of Breathitt County. Connor Deaton, Michael Hudson, Jason Perry, Evan Miller. I said that wrong. I believe that's Dylan Spencer. I said Michael Hudson. That's Dylan Spencer. And Tegan Smith on the offensive line for the Bobcats right now. Two receivers this side, Stacy and Hoskins. Two backs now beside Turner, one to his right, one to his left. Turner sits back, looks to throw. Good block by Isaac Wheels Turner. Wheels with a great block, and Jalen with a big pass down the middle of the field to Dylan Stacy. Stacy makes the catch. Ball was on the 42-yard line of Breathitt.
Good job by Turner to step around the pressure, get the ball downfield. I thought they were going to get 6 on that.
I did too. Reception by Stacy right in the middle of the field up about the 20, and he's finally chased down and tackled at the 2-yard line. So first and goal for the Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson first down. 2 yards to go for the Bobcats to pay dirt. Turner, two backs to his right, Combs and Gibson. Combs blocking back in now for Gibson. Gibson shakes one tackler and steps across the end zone. Touchdown for the Bobcats. That's a go time scoring drive for the Bobcats. Go time, refresh, refill, and refuel at go time with 7 great locations to serve you. 11:14 to go in the third. Bobcats get on the scoreboard quick, Eric, in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was a fast-scoring drive. On that scoring play, Gibson was hitting the background by I think it was Darren Holland for the Cougars, but he just wasn't able to wrap him up. Tough run by Gibson to get by him and get in the end zone. Gibson continuing to be a big playmaker for the Bobcats.
Bobcats on the field for the 2-point conversion, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Ball from Turner intended to Sperry. That worked earlier tonight, but it's picked off by the Cougars. 40-6 now the score in the third quarter, 11:14 to go. Still, there's another 2-point conversion that we missed.
Yeah, I like that play. I mean, running Jalen down there for the Bobcats is a big play for him. I like that pass off of it. If they could have just held on to it, and maybe if Sperry could have worked back to the inside a little bit, that was there.
Just a great defensive effort by the Cougars to come down with that interception. Kickoff team for the Bobcats come out on the field. Braxton Terry once again to set the ball on the tee and kick it off. Great offensive drive that time for the Bobcats. Great passing play as we see Turner put it in the air, and a great reception by Stacy. Stacy just 2 yards shy of getting in the end zone, but a great pitch and catch by Turner and Stacy. And a great 2-yard run by Gibson.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great throw by Turner. Good catch by Stacy down there. I thought he was going to get in, but to be able to bring him down, I'm sure he hates he was brought down just short, but still able to come up with a big play for the Bobcats.
Coach Easterling taking a few minutes to talk to this return team for the Cougars. Terry now set to kick off. He puts the boot to it. Nice kick, going to fall about the 35-yard line and go out of bounds. Great kick by Braxton that time. And that'll be a Peoples Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars of Morgan County as they'll set the ball on the 35-yard line. Peoples Bank of Jackson, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. Let's see if the Cougars can find some success on this drive, Eric, as their offense comes onto the field. Big thanks to our sponsors, Lucas Tire and Automotive in Jackson and Bateville. Nickel now set to take the snap, calls for it, give up inside to Sexton. Sexton gets past a couple tacklers and rumbles up about probably 7 or 8 yards on the pickup.
Yeah,
great
good
run that time.
Yeah, it was. That's good, tough running by Sexton up in there. He was able to drag a Bobcat for a little ways. I mean, took 3 or 4 guys to bring him down. That's what you want to see if you're a Cougar fan.
Thanks again to Southern Woods Heating and Air for all your heating and cooling needs. Law office of Darrell Harold with over 30 years of taking care of Jackson and Breathitt County. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. Great service, great people. Get more with Appalachian Advantage Plan. Nickel calls for the snap. Once again, give to Sexton up inside. Looks like the same play. Met right at the first down marker. I think he's got it, Eric. Just depends on the spot.
I believe he did,
Yeah.
Another good, tough run by Sexton. That young man, he's earned his money tonight.
That moves the sticks, and that's a Peoples Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars. Peoples Bank, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. Peoples Bank is Jackson's bank.
I've got to say, Rob, I work with that young man's mother. I'm sure there's a proud mama over there.
I'm sure there is tonight. He's playing a heck of a ball game. Nickel now calls for the snap. Give up inside to Sexton as he powers forward for another hard 2 or 3 yards.
2 yards. That's
another tough run.
Down and 8 for the Cougars.
Sexton rolls out of the bottom of the pile. Thanks to Breathitt County Farm Bureau with agents Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Farm Bureau is big on commitment to Breathitt County. Thanks to Chuck and Seth both for being on board here to bring you the coverage. Law office of David Johnson with offices in Hazard and Jackson. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts, located on Highway 15. Nickel rolls out now. Pitch. And tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle for a loss. I believe that little pitch was to Sexton, I believe. You know, that option seems to have not worked. No, that wasn't Sexton. That was Cantrell. Just seems like that little option hasn't worked real well for them tonight. The Bobcats haven't been fooled by that option at all. It worked a couple times on a quarterback keep when he didn't pitch the ball out.
No, you can tell the Bobcats, they've been coached up this week. They're looking for that. That's just a sign of a well-coached and prepared defense right there.
It is. Trips to the right now for Morgan County. Nickel calls for the snap. Fakes. Pass. Pass intended for number 6. Jacob Nickel, and I don't even think he knew the ball was coming.
No, he looked like he was ready to do some stock blocking. I think there was a miscommunication in the play call right there.
Nice ball, and it was really open at that point, and Nickel just unable to make the catch. Ball falls incomplete. 8:46 to go in the third. 4th and 10 for the Cougars of Morgan County. Cougars in the huddle now. Nickel directing traffic. Sends the Cougars to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers both sides, 1 single back behind him. Man in motion. Fakes the pitch, rolls out, gets 1 block, flushed, throws, and going to be picked off by Wesley Abner. Abner looking for a block. Wesley's going to hit the end zone. No, he's going to be tackled. I thought he was going to the end zone, Eric.
Yeah, I did too. That's a good job by the Cougars to get over there.
What a great interception by Wesley Abner. That young man has deserved that play for many a game, Eric. I've been waiting to make that call.
He has been close a few times, hasn't he?
I thought he was scampering to the end zone, and a couple of Cougars able to get him down right around the 20-yard line. Great play by Wes that time. Junior on this ball club that does a lot of plays behind the scene. Big tackle last week on Chadwell. You know, we talked about the big man from Knox Central. and Wes had a big hit on him. Great play by Abner that time. We're going to be calling his name a lot the rest of this year and next year. 8:32 to go here in the third. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. Turner sits to throw, 2 wheels. Turner makes one man miss before he goes out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
It was a nice quick pass. I'd like to see Spray was out there doing his best to block. Just too many Cougars in the area for Wheels to get upfield.
Really impressive interception and run by Abner. I really thought he was getting ready to scamper to the end zone, and he got tackled about the 20-yard line. A couple of Cougars came in on him quick.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought he was going.
I thought he was gone. Good hard cadence by Jalen Turner, able to make the defense jump, and that's encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty. And that'll be another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success.
It's smart by Turner to mix up his cadence there, because Cougars been bringing some pressure on him.
Oh, they have, yeah. Well, look at the box. I mean, like we talked about earlier, it's 5-on-8 or 5-on-9 at this point. Little quick pass to Hoskins, and he's going to rumble into the end zone.
That's what you get when you get that many in the box and you're not able to get home.
Exactly right, Eric, as Turner takes the snap and looks up and finds Hoskins streaking across the middle of the field. Pass is good for a go-time touchdown for the Bobcats. Go time, refresh, refill, and refuel with 7 great locations to keep you on the go. 8:03 to go in the game. Bobcats find the scoreboard again, 46-6. Braxton Terry, freshman kicker, on for the extra point again. Cougars have lined up. Wow. Nobody going to block that one as Braxton kicks it. High arching kick to the moon as he gets that one through. Bobcats take a 47-6 lead.
Yeah, Cougars overloaded. They were coming after that one.
Yeah, they had about 5 guys lined up on this edge coming after him. Braxton really put the boot to the bottom of the ball that time. High arcing kick.
Nice to see that young man have some success out there, like he's talked about him putting all the time in. Kicking's not easy as it looks.
Splits the uprights and gets that one through, 47-6. 7:15 to go now. The clock will continue to roll as we have a running clock because of the score. Special thanks to Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. Jackson Physical Therapy will get you back into the action. Lakeside Homes, if you're looking for a new home, Lakeside Homes is your stop for the best selection, and you always get a great deal. Breathitt Funeral Home, taking care of you and your family in your time of need. Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, always proud supporters of the Bobcats. Jackson Electric, stop in and see all the guys for your plumbing and electrical needs. Kick by Braxton Terry, going to fall at the 30. Mishandled by the Cougars, but it rolls out of bounds.
First down and 10.
At about the 30.
From the 28-yard line.
We'll say it's on the 28 where he went out of bounds with it. So on the 28-yard line.
Clock, that was a nice kick.
Yeah, it was a good kick. Clock continues to tick. 6:14 to go now here in the third. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Citizens Bank and Trust, serving Breathitt County for over 50 years. Check out the free CBTJ mobile app, your banking right on your mobile device. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy. Your gas, groceries, and be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Lucas Automotive and Tire in locations in Jackson and Bataville. Southern Woods Heating and Air for all your heating and cooling needs. And the law office of Darrell Harold, serving Breathitt and Jackson for over 30 years. Nickel now give to Sexton, met by about 3 Bobcats.
Fumble on the play.
Sexton put the ball on the ground, and Jason Tolson of the Bobcats comes up with it. Great recovery by Tolson. I didn't see Sexton put the ball on the ground, but the initial hit and tackle made Sexton drop the ball right at the line of scrimmage, and Tolson able to get on it. And that'll be a turnover for the Cougars and the Bobcat offense with great field position on about the 29-yard line.
I didn't see the ball come out either, Rob. But Sexton runs so hard up inside, that extra effort must have given somebody the opportunity to put a hat on the ball, knock it loose.
Great heads-up play by Tolson that
Tyler
time.
Bryant will be under center at quarterback.
Tyler Bryant in the ball game in place of Jalen Turner at quarterback. Two backs to his right, Hoskins and Combs. Designed keeper play for Bryant as he's going to pick up maybe a yard and then tackled by the Cougars over right in front of their sideline.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
4:28 to go here in the third. Good run by Tyler. Ogans goes into the game for big Connor Deaton, who will come out. Braden Johnson also in the game for the Bobcats.
It's a good thing to see some of these younger Bobcats get an opportunity to get out here in a playoff atmosphere, get some meaningful playing time.
Three receivers to the left, Hoskins, Turner, and Stacy. Single back is Combs beside of Bryant. Bryant give up inside to Combs. A good hard run by Combs as he's going to take it up to about the 28, 29-yard line. Good run by Combs that time.
It was. He ran hard, put his shoulder down. Remind me of another Combs I used to know.
I was just getting ready to say, looked a lot like his dad running the ball. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in here on Bluegrass Sports Nation tonight to watch us on the Cats versus Cancer here at the Riverbank, first round of the KHSAA playoffs from Jackson, as the Bobcats have a 47-6 lead over the Cougars with about 3:15 to go here in the third. Bryant now, three receivers to his right. Combs single back to his left. Bryant going to sit back to throw. Short pass over the middle to Hoskins. Hoskins takes about two or three Cougar defenders to bring him down, and he's going to get up to about the 9-yard line. And that's good for a People's Bank of Jackson. First down for the Bobcats on the shoulders of Bryce Hoskins.
Hoskins is, his young man's got some size to him. 18, Darren Holland for the Cougars, able to bring him down. Took some effort there. Took a second effort to bring down Hoskins on that.
Special thanks to Appalachian Wireless, who will be sponsoring our player of the game. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. And Breathitt Farm Bureau with agents Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Bryant now gives up inside to Jason Tolson, who's brought down about the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up of 1 yard. Law office of David Johnson with offices in Hazard and Jackson. And Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts, located on Highway 15. Special thanks to all of our sponsors tonight, being able to put together another Bluegrass Sports Nation broadcast. Special thanks to everybody that's been watching tonight here in the first round of the playoffs, as the Bobcats have a 47-6 lead on the Riverbank over the Cougars of Morgan County. Bryant steps back to throw, throws across the middle, intended for Brady Tincher, and that pass was knocked down by the Cougars. Wasn't able to see which one it was. Might have been Linden. Two or three of these guys on this Morgan County team, I believe that was Holland, are just so similar in build.
They are.
The only way you can distinguish between them is the number on the jersey.
That was a good job by Holland, though, watching the quarterback's eyes and getting in front of that. And if he was able to bring it in, he might still be running toward the other end of the field.
1:15 to go here in the third. Bryant, two backs, one to each side. Tolson and Combs. Short screen pass, going to be caught by, no, incomplete. Ball thrown to Stacy. Looked like he was able to catch it before he hit the ground, but they're going to say he was incomplete. 50 seconds to go now here in the third. Ball going to be spotted over here at the hash mark, closest to us. Gabe Fugit in now at a guard for the offense. Good to see Gabe in there getting some playing time. Dylan Spencer bumps out to tackle. Told you those offensive linemen are smart. You got to be able to play two or three positions. Good blocking up front. Bryant going to throw to the end zone. Incomplete. Just off the fingertips of Braden Johnson. And the Bobcats will turn it over on downs. I had somebody ask me what that meant the other day, Eric. A turnover on downs is the Bobcats go for it on 4th and 6 and don't convert. And the Cougars will take over at that line of scrimmage where the Bobcats had the ball to begin. So a turnover on downs, 4th and 6, they do not convert, and they give it over to the other team at the line of scrimmage.
See, that just shows how smart linemen are. We know some things other people don't know.
We're going to take a quick break. Thank you for that, Eric. We're going to take a quick break and go to commercial here, folks, and we'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
And hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Give them a call today at 606-666-5519 or 606-666-5500.
Happy birthday to you! Kentucky Farm Bureau has been insuring folks for more than 75 years. So, we know Kentucky. Case in point, we know the happy birthday song was written by a pair of Kentucky sisters. The whole song lasts only about 15 seconds. Yeah, good thing. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At People's Bank, our vision is to be the best community bank in America. We pride ourselves in being a community bank that builds relationships with our clients and offers cutting-edge financial products. For 120 years, People's Bank has focused on helping clients achieve their financial goals. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
We are back in the fourth quarter from Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex as the Bobcats have a 47-6 lead over the Cougars. Missed a play of offense there for the Cougars. Big tackle by Braxton Terry, making the stop that time on the Bobcat defense. Got a few people in on defense that we don't normally see. Also got Rudy Carpenter in there. Good to see him. Jacob Parker in at a tackle. Gabe Fugit in. Trying to see who else we got. And I think I'm correct. Yeah, Reese Cox. Reese in the game for the Bobcats. Good to see Reese on the field. Bobcats getting a lot of people in now. Tim Doucet comes in for Isaac Wheels Turner. Tyler Bryant playing some defense now too. So,
Bobcats are up. Got a big lead right now in the fourth quarter, running clock, but Cougars haven't called it quits. They're marching the ball down the field and running it tough right now.
Sexton shakes and bakes, makes a couple people miss, and tackled by Ryan Robertson that time. Good tackle by Ryan. That was not Sexton, that was Cantrell. I get those two mixed up. Another couple guys on this team similar in stature.
I'll tell you what, the fullback for the Cougars, Jordan Sexton, is having himself a pretty good ball game. He's played tough the whole game. I think he carried the ball every play on this drive until that last play there by Cantrell.
Just saw this comment from Chase Hayes. He's jealous of us today eating Shirley's, says Shirley's cooking is second to none. You're right on that one. This gingerbread has been excellent here tonight. We're still munching on that. Nickel option, pitch. I believe that was over to Cantrell again, number 3, I believe. Pickup of about 4 or 5 yards that time on the play by the Cougars. Folks, we really appreciate you tuning in and watching. There's another name I can't pass up, TJ Fraley. Say a hello to you, Coach Fraley. Coach Urton Sparkman, good luck, Bobcats. Good to see you on here, Coach Sparkman. When he doesn't catch a game in person, we see him down here a lot on the sideline and the fence, but when we don't catch him in person, good to see him on here watching.
He's a big part of this program for a lot of years.
He sure was. Blake Hudson, hello, young man. Good to see Blake Hudson. Adam Spencer, also on here. Nickel going to roll out now, chased by Tolson. Short pass up to Cantrell, and he's tackled out of bounds by Bryant. Bryant and Terry both were closing in fast.
Yeah, athletic play by the Cougar quarterback, Nickel, to roll out and complete that pass. Not a big gain, but we're still showing some fight in this ball game.
Cougar offense, we talk a lot about body language. They're still in this one. They're going to fight to the end. Give up inside. No, fake. He faked me out. Pitch again. Not going to get the first down. I believe that pitch was to Cantrell, I believe, again.
Yeah, the Bobcat defense is swarming and getting to the ball, but this Cougar offense, they're still fighting for every yard they can get.
4th and 1 for the Cougars. Vic Turner, say hello to Vic. Special thanks to everybody watching. We couldn't do this without you guys watching, folks. That's why we're here, to cover these fine student athletes in our region and our area. Tonight we've been pleased to bring you the first round of the KHSAA playoffs. Tackle that time by Terry and Ducey. Who else was in on that one?
I couldn't see the other.
I think that's Kai Cordona. I believe Kai was in on that tackle too. Kai in the ball game now playing nose guard. 6:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Nickel, give. I believe that was Cantrell. Hard to tell Cantrell and Sexton apart.
Yeah, like I said, they're similar stature. You've got to see the number to know which one of them it is. This Cougar offense able to put together a drive right here on the Bobcat defense.
Yeah, they're going to move the ball down the field here in the 4th quarter. JV defense for the Bobcats in, getting some much-needed play time and snaps. Quarterback keep that time. Didn't pitch it out on the option. He kept it, took it up off tackle. Did Nickel. Pickup of about 3 or 4 yards that time.
Nickel looks to be a pretty good-looking athlete. Cougars got some good athletes. Nickel and Holland and Linden. Sexton's had himself a heck of a ball game tonight.
Keep an eye on number 52, Jacob Parker, playing defensive tackle on this end for the Bobcats. Young man that puts in a lot of extra effort and a lot of extra work, and he's finding some playing time on the field. Does a great job with our scout teams, really working hard. Comes off the field now as Jacob Spencer gets into the ball game. But Jacob Parker does an excellent job, and he works hard for the playing time he gets. He comes off the field to get a shot of water.
I think they're going to call a flag for 12 men on the field.
I figured they would. He was trying to get off the field. And
Not sure what the call is on the field.
I'm pretty sure that'll be 12 men on the field. Flag came right from the referee as Parker was trying to get out of bounds. 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Eric Collins and myself still trying to stay warm here on a crisp, cool night on the riverbank. Temperatures expected to drop to about 30 degrees tonight. We had a heavy frost last night. Talk about some football weather.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, it's a lot funner to be out there in pads in this kind of weather than up here in the stands.
Yeah, I can kind of stay warm. I remember being warm when I was down there. I don't remember being this cold.
I never felt the cold in a ball game in June.
No, I never did. Give inside to Sexton that time, off tackle. Pickup of 3 or 4 more yards for the Cougars. 4:19 to go in the 4th. Timeout. It's good for a first down for the Cougars. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for Morgan County. People's Bank, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. On this drive, Eric, the Cougars have found success in the running game as they've kept it on the ground. And between Sexton, Cantrell, and Nickel, they've continued to methodically work down the field and find themselves in scoring position, if you will. Ball at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think we've seen their game plan here. They like to pound the ball inside with Sexton and then do some option and some other things off of that. They haven't had a lot of success with that tonight, but here against some younger Bobcat players, they're finding that success. And be interesting to see what they do, see if they can punch it into the end zone here against this Bobcat defense in the fourth quarter.
Morgan County Coach Easterling took a timeout. Maybe just to say, hey, guys, this is our chance to get another 6 points on the board with about 4 minutes left in the game. Two receivers each side for the Cougars. One back behind Nickel. Nickel now rolls to his right, being chased by Tolson.
Oh.
Throw is incomplete.
Tolson was just about home.
Tolson was in tow looking for a sack. Yeah. Just unable to get there in time as Nickel had to throw it away.
He did make the play, though. He put some pressure on Nickel, not able to get it out there where anybody could get their hands on the ball and make a completion for the Cougars.
We talk a lot about body language, and we talk a lot about support and brotherhood. It's good to see these starters on the sideline talking to one another and talking about the game, and you can see Lyman pointing out different things, talking. Nickel sits back, throws across the middle, almost picked off by Bryant. Ball intended.
Yeah, I think if Bryant had his eyes up, it looked like he was looking for a big hit there. If he had his eyes up, he may have had one going the other way there, Rob.
Yeah, it looked like it. Ball was intended for Riley Standifer. Incomplete, almost picked off by Bryant. Single back behind Nickel is Sexton. They're going to give to him right off tackle. Makes one man miss. Fights up to about the 3-yard line. Point I was alluding to was it's good to see the starters able to come out of the game, take a break, talk to one another. You see them talking amongst themselves, talking about the game, talking to some of the younger players, some of the middle school and lumberjack guys, even down here on the sideline, talking to some of the starters. And it's good to see that across the board we've got a bright future in Breathitt County football.
Yeah, it's nice to see these young men watching the game, still supporting the younger Bobcats out here, getting some playing time.
2:49 left here in the fourth quarter at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Bobcats with a 47-6 lead. Coach Easterling taking the time to talk things over with his troops again.
I like that timeout right there. This could be the last offensive snap of their ball, their ball season. So.
Yeah, it's true. Good time to take a moment to say, hey, guys, it's 4th and 3. Let's punch this in. We know we got to go home after this. The game is at hand, but let's get in the end zone. Let's have some success. Nickel sits back, throws to the corner, just through the hands. Ball goes through the hands. Trying to see that number.
No, it looks like a number 7.
I believe that was Jordan Fugit. Sails right through the hands of Fugit, incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs for the Cougars.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats.
That's a good look by Nickel. Decent throw, maybe a little high, but I believe that should have been brought in by the Cougars right there. Bobcat offense, they're backed up.
You took the words right out of my mouth. The Bobcat offense sitting in their own end zone. Ball on the 3-yard line. Give inside to Tolson. Tolson at the 10. He rumbles up to about the 15 or 16-yard line.
That's a good-looking run by Tolson.
And we got a flag. I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike on the Bobcats. Young bunch in for the Bobcats.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars.
Against the Cougars. So Bobcats dodge a bullet that time. Goes against Morgan. Emotions sometimes get the best of players at the end of a game. Little excitement that time as Tolson came out of there from about the 3-yard line and rumbled past the 10 up to about the 16. And a little excitement afterwards as Cougars thought he may have fumbled the ball. 50 seconds here to go in the fourth. Bryant Two backs, one to each side, Carpenter and Tolson. Tolson gets a block, rumbles up to the 40 and spits the ball out, and it's going to fall to 50 and be recovered by the Cougars. We got a flag on the play. Ball came out of there quick. Tolson was tackled from behind. The ball popped out. Let's see what the call is, the flag. Clock is still running. Finally stops with 28 seconds as we got a timeout, Morgan County.
There's still some little bit of jawing going on out there.
I think so. The referees are calling for the clock to run. I don't think that's going to happen with a timeout right now. I don't understand that. Cougars have just called a timeout. Head judge, I believe that's Napier, pointing towards the Morgan sideline. Personal foul, face mask against Morgan County. And that will be a Breathitt County first down. People's Bank of Jackson, new owners, same great bank, working together to build success. Bobcats dodge another bullet there with a penalty by the Cougars, and they're able to hold on to the offense, able to hold on to the ball for another series now. 1st and 10 for the young Bobcats.
That will be the final play of the game. Congratulations to Morgan County on a great season.
We're going to take a break, folks, as that's going to tick off the clock. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back after these messages.
People's Bank, our vision is to be the best community bank in America. We pride ourselves in being a community bank that builds relationships with our clients and offers cutting-edge financial products. For 120 years, People's Bank has focused on helping clients achieve their financial goals. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cold drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure you try our Chester's Fried Chicken. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. When you choose one of our offices for your personal injury case, whether it's a car accident or any other type of personal injury claim, you get a team that handles everything. If it's a car wreck, we get your car repaired, we get you a rental car, we guide you through the treatment process. With over 20 years of experience, our clients get paid, in most cases without going to court. So call the pros and let us handle everything.
Back from the Riverbank, and the Bobcats successful, victorious here in the first round of the KHSAA High School Playoffs. Cats versus Cancer here tonight. Bobcats over the Cougars of Morgan County 47-6. We don't have this opportunity very often, but we chose to do so tonight. The Appalachian Wireless players of the game, we decided to give it to the defensive unit of the Bobcats as they were able to hold the Cougars to only 6 points. Not really a standout person per se on the defense tonight, but an all-around good performance by the defense, and that's why we chose to do it that way. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. Great service, great people. Get more with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Tonight, Coach Moore called on his defense, and they came up big as they held, really offensively, they held Morgan County to 0 points. The 6 points that are on the board came from a kickoff return. So you have to throw that in there, and that's in that aspect to me is special. Eric, any closing comments here tonight?
I just want to, mention the defense. They played well tonight, able to really stifle this Cougar offense. We've got to give credit to Coach Easterling and his Cougar squad. They had themselves a good season. They really did play hard tonight from the beginning to end. There was no quit in them even when they were down, but just not able to handle the Bobcats tonight. Looking forward to see what the Bobcats got next week. Hopefully they'll get a good week of practice in and be able to clean up mental errors both as far as penalties are concerned and special team drive.
Folks, if you can't make the scenic trip to Middlesboro next week, be sure and tune us in on Bluegrass Sports Nation as we will travel to Middlesboro and follow the Bobcats in the second round of the playoffs. Victorious here tonight, 47-6. Thanks for watching us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. For Ty Back and Eric Collins, I'm Rob Hounshell. We'll catch you next week.